Poseidon versus Ra on mid guard, take 2. I thought that I had a bit of a different map here than I did in that first thing. All right, so Poseidon versus Ra in general is a pretty good matchup for the Ra player because on the land maps they're basically just going to go Hippocon, and if you do a standard one town center Dar play, you can go for heavy camelry, and there is no way for them to get a gold starve on you, pretty much at all. So I'm pretty happy playing pretty much any map against Poseidon except for Mediterranean. Midgard is probably the second best map in my opinion for Poseidon in this matchup, but it's still like probably still Ra favored. So the big issue that I'm seeing in my early game here is that I have only 400 food worth of starting resources here. So I've only got 4 berries. So I actually need to scout around and find a cow. I prefer to find 2 cows. 1 cow will probably get me there, but you want to be safe just in case things go wrong, like your fish can't be, you don't find good fish or something like that. So I got to go scouting and find some berries. It's not something you really want to do as Ra because you get so much extra resource from the Pharaoh empowering. Like I'm losing, what is it, 3? I can't remember. 3 resources every time they put a load in. So essentially I'm losing out on 1 villager chopping wood here. So I find the first cow. If I was ballsy, I would have gone back onto the wood here straight away. I think I did actually think about doing it, but I reconsidered it when I was like, well, I don't think 1 cow is enough. So I keep scouting and looking for that second cow. So my brain is like telling me one thing and my finger's doing something different. Well, that's all good. So I got my second dot going up as well. This is all very standard early game stuff here. I found the second fish beautifully there, so both of my docks have got 3 fish underneath them, and it's good. It's good. I'm pretty happy with my map here. I got a nice wood line plus tower to protect both of my things, so I can put everything around that location. If Tektonas decides to go for a land push here, I can very easily defend with strong building positioning and spearmen. The next thing I notice is I've got this beautiful gold mine right next to right next to my starting gold mine, so that's going to be a pretty easy second gold mine to get here. So this is if I had 5 berries here, this would be like an S tier map for me so far. So very, very happy with the map spawn. Pretty happy with how the build's going so far. Don't think I had any idle villager time, so no problems there. Probably should be shift clicking and stuff, but you know, what can you do? So after I get 6 villagers on wood, or 7 villagers on wood, I start putting villagers over to food. I want to be able to advance at about 4:15, 4 or 5:15 advance time. It's pretty important. You can see that last cow there. You can see why I'm worried. That cow's probably got about 150, no, probably not even, probably like 100 food in it. So I got 100 food left of on the land resources left. I do have a butt ton of fishing ships, so I will probably have the food, but I'm concerned. I'm concerned. So it is what it is. I can't remember what relic that was, but I don't think it was that good. It wasn't definitely not relevant for this game. Cancel that villager and trying to go for the. I misclick. Good misclick me. And you can see here I'm actually short food because I didn't have that extra cow that I wanted, which is fine, and we sorted out there. It's all good, and I should be able to get up with a couple more fishing ships. A little bit of panic there. Probably could have had a couple more fishing ships out, but it is. Yeah, I scouted this game to find a cow. I wanted to find 2 cows, but I only found 1. That's all I've been talking about so far. So on advanced time, you want 7 villages on gold, the rest on wood. You want to throw down a monument at some point. I'm putting houses down everywhere, trying to like block in this area here, get all my upgrades. I think did I forget my monument or something? Maybe I got it a bit late. Should get it now. I might have got a villager trained. No, I don't have a villager trained. Well, whatever that is, that's a small mistake. Should have had the monument coming up now. Things to learn, things to remember. First thing you do when you advance to the next age is get Persina. He says he doesn't get Persine. I think I was worried. Okay, alright. I take it. I was worried because Tektonas advanced so fast to the classical age. I thought he'd probably be on me, so I just get a bunch of boats out to dissuade him and then get Persine. That was probably dumb in hindsight. Just get Persine first. It's not going to impact the game too much, but should have done that. And because I advanced last, you want to stay home in your base and have defender's advantage here, because he's going to have more. Well, he should have more archer ships. Poseidon, pretty strong early game here, in terms of the resource input. But it looks like Tektonas is kind of, I don't know why he's so late on the boats. Only one archer ship here. He's sending his archer ships in one by one, so I get a nice pick off, throwing the barracks down there as well, getting the armory up. The barracks is a safety barracks because I haven't seen him attack me yet, so I'm a bit concerned. Maybe he's going for like a Hippocon Toxotes push here. A little bit concerned, so I just throw the barracks down as a precaution. Can get some spearmen out. Build one spearman so I can start scouting and see what's going on. When people go for land rushes, they normally build forward, so you can build that first spearman pretty early, go scouting, and try and see what's going on. But I think in my brain I know what I'm doing, but in practice here I don't know. There we go. Finally the scout's going. All right, good. And now, because I have this really big food economy coming in from all the fish, it allows you basically to just get a super strong or semi-fast heroic here as Ra. Probably looking at 9 minutes, 9:30. Got a lot of gold in the bank here, so honestly, had I probably done the build order a little bit faster, I probably could have advanced now. With this map was really nice for me. But maybe a little bit late on the fishing ships, so I'm a little bit low. Still building some fishing ships for some reason. Don't know why. Probably because I can. And there we go. And the armory was put down a bit late there, so a little bit delayed. So it's going to be a 9-minute advance time. Not that bad at all. And we see the Hippocon there. So I am slightly concerned about that. I only got a little bit of gold left in the gold mine, so I do have to build some spearmen. What I should have done was get medium spearmen first. Before I started building any spearmen at this point, because I'm not going to move out of my base until I go to that gold mine, so there's no need to have the extra spearmen out early here. Should just go the upgrade. The other thing I probably could have considered here was building the Migdol in my base and trading a little bit just to be a little bit more safe. Unlike on land maps, on water maps, Egyptian players can sell their food as well as their wood for gold. And you basically have double the amount of trade into gold as you would on a land map. You can also trade food because you get so much extra food. So there's no need for me to like overcommit and go for this Migdol I'm about to throw down here. It's a little bit risky. Had he played this slightly different, he could have baited me. I shouldn't be fighting here with my archer ships. It's a really bad fight. I just clicked on arrow cladding as well. No point in me fighting until I have that. It's a long training time, or long research time technology. And while I'm winning this fight, maybe it's fine. I won the fight, I guess. He had to retreat. But I probably still shouldn't have fought him until I had arrow ship cladding, because that just wins. And you can see my boat's not good here, but it's fine. We're getting this gold mine. It's totally fine. Get a shaft mine, so good. And now he has to wait here. He can't actually push off me. I've got the spearmen out. They should be medium spearmen, but they're not. And he can't push me off this gold mine without the help of a heroic age god power. Now, if I was Tektonas, what I'm actually really concerned about here is a Dionysus push. If he goes Dionysus, heavy cavalry, bronze push on that gold line there, he could potentially get this. Oh, my fucking rally point on my town center, just not in the right spot there. So I'm concerned about that. I think it's a pretty valid concern, but for some reason, a lot of Greek players like to go, or Poseidon players like to go Aphrodite without a second thought. It's a really strong god. Gives you that. What's it called? Gives you like divine blood, but it's not gonna be enough to win this area. This is not going to be enough to win that location there. And he actually makes a really smart play here, and which if he had gone Dionysus here, and this is why it would have worked, because he's still got archer ships, he can sacrifice them and cut my food supply because I have to garrison everything there. So he can push in with those triremes, sacrifice them, and then push in and hit this timing on this gold mine here. But obviously he's gone Aphrodite, so I'm fairly happy seeing that, because I know that he's not going to be able to make any Scala, he's not going to be able to get Thracian horses, and he's not going to be able to push with bronze and me not be able to kill his units. So he casts Curse, doesn't have a lot of units here. I can simply just empower the Migdol Stronghold, and that does double damage to him, and I'm totally fine. So I'm actually in a world of hurt right now. He is everywhere on my map. I've got a lot of idle villages, 5 fishing ships, 2 villages, and I honestly didn't even notice the pigs there at this stage. There's pigs there blocking my my gold income. So I'm in a little bit of panic here, trying to just deal with everything. And I think this is one of my first proper Nilla games in a while, so mechanically I'm a little bit rusty, but you know, it is what it is. But at this stage, his power spike is finished. He's not got anything to push me off this gold mine. Should be maybe a little bit concerned about like Nemean lions or something, but I got the pharaoh there. He's not gonna. It's only gonna be 1 if anything. I got a lot of gold in the bank, so if I see any Nemean lions, I can just make a bunch of priests. Making some trade route. Probably a waste of resources at this point, but it probably would have been better to spend that food on units and going Mythic Age. But I guess I was slightly concerned about getting gold starved, because you can see he's got military buildings around my 3rd gold mine. I don't see any other gold mines on the map because my scouting's really bad. So just, oh my god, the pigs are right there. That's so bad. So I'm slightly concerned about being gold starved here. I make this is a pretty, I want to say basic play, but it's a pretty standard play. Attack one location and expand in a different location. I learned this back in StarCraft days from Day 9. If you remember Day 9's commentaries on StarCraft are legendary. I think they are what got me into commentating. Day 9 and Husky StarCraft. But attack one locations, expand in another. Cast that locus on those villages to try and hide the fact that I'm taking that town center, so he can't see it. I think he did spot it with those villages down the bottom, but it doesn't matter at this point. The town center will be up, and lose a lot of units there. I don't have the production to support losing those units, so I shouldn't have actually taken the fight. Probably would have been better for me to move in, retreat back. Would have been fine. Now I've seen those pigs so much, and those villages are just like something to remember for future games against Poseidon players. Now I sort of can control this gold mine. Probably should have built that mid goal slightly further forward, but I didn't know that the gold mine was there. Hindsight is 2020, right? Migdol on a hill gets that elevation bonus. Now at this point I'm 3 town centers. I am super happy about my position in this game. The only way I throw this game at this point is if I get gold starved. So the big point for me to really propel myself an advantage is either to get that middle town center there or get an earlier mythic age than him. And I think I opt for the early mythic edge going Horus, so I can kill his hometown center with it, and that's going to slow him down long enough for me to do anything, I guess, for me to secure myself that top gold mine up there. One thing that I didn't notice here is if you count gold mines on the map, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've actually missed one, and guess where it is? It's in that black spot right next to where my villagers are mining gold. So, such is life. Live and learn. Always got to count those gold mines. Side build Migdol Stronghold. Good if it's good for 2 reasons. One, if he finds me, he has to commit units over there. 2, if it goes up, it means I secure that gold mine. So that's cutting him off gold. What I should have probably done here is shifting Sand's units over there to make sure that gold mine comes up. That Migdol Stronghold gets up. Because I'm pretty sure I beat his army at this point with all of mine. But there we go. I thought about going Horus. Osiris. The safer play is Osiris against Poseidon because he does have access to Colossi, but and he is Aphrodite, so he gets golden apples. It's not quite as fast favor gather rate as Zeus, but it's still something you got to take into consideration that late game Colossus really tough to deal with. However, this is Nilla, and Nilla Colossus costs 35 or something, 35 favor, I think. Which is a lot. Maybe it's 40 favor. I can't even remember. It's a ridiculous amount of favor. So I'm probably more concerned about Heliopoli than Colossus. So Horus kind of tilts the favor there because then I can get Greatest of the 50, Spirit of the Horizon, and transition into champion spearman here and go basically champion spearman and camelry, which forces him to go hoplites, which makes me happy if he wants to fight my army, because he's got no special things for hoplites, so he's not going to be able to do too much. So that would be good for me, but we are finding a little bit of an issue here for his defensive positioning here, because I've got this nice wood line here, so I can hit this town center and hit his main base. I'm trying to make sure I got a unit in his base over there, but it is what it is. Now, I have run out of gold, but you can see right now I've got trade for 69.71, so 71 food, 69 gold every 100, so I've actually got maybe, I want to say another 3 minutes of gold if I don't gather any gold from a gold mine just by trading. So plenty of time to make that happen. I've also started the trade route, put a couple more markets down to finish that trade route off, make sure that I'm getting a good amount of gold. So 3 minutes pumping out trade, I'll be able to, even if I don't get a gold mine here, I'll be able to be fine. Probably should have thrown up a 3rd monument as well, but it is what it is. Can't be perfect. A lot of idle villages, but that's me being bad. And now he's got no hometown center, he's got no 3rd town center, and I should be able to I should have been selling resources here and spamming units, but especially straight away. You want to hold shift. There we go. Oh, I wasn't holding shift. Well, you want to hold shift and sell resources because you get the full amounts for 500. So if it says 68 and I hold shift and I sell, I can sell 500 food for 68 gold. Or 68 times 5, whatever that is, 300, and I can't do math. So you want to hold shift. I didn't do it there. And now I just have to secure this town center and the 4 town centers right now with my upgrades. I'm in a really good position. So there we go, and he's out. So I think the only point here where I felt like I was potentially could have lost this game was had he done a Dionysus all in on that gold mine, which is why I probably should have been a little bit more cautious before going to that gold mine with a Migdol. Chuck the Migdol in my base next to a watchtower, and then that Dionysus looks much less scary. Then I can go for heavy cavalry, throw a market down, trade resources, get heavy cavalry, and push out, or even go spearman and push out, and it would have been okay. But he didn't do that. He went for the Aphrodite, and I felt pretty comfortable here. The only thing that I found really tough as well in terms of mechanics was when he was hitting me on water while everything was going on. I couldn't maintain that, so I don't know how to get better at that. Beyond just get better, just get faster. But it is what it is. So if you guys enjoyed this, I've got a bunch more games coming. I'm going to do every single one, regardless of win or lose. Hopefully, learn something or don't learn something. But we'll move on to the next one. So. Yes. Thanks for watching.